Welcome to The Right Question. I'm Daphne Gray Grant. Today we're talking about how to mind map a book. I'm answering a question from Brandon Ford in Olympia, Washington. Here's what he asked.
Hi, Daphne. Like you, I learned to write in the newspaper business. I feel confident writing article-length pieces, but never imagined I'd want to write a book. Well, now I have a book-length story to tell, and I'm having trouble getting started. Also, like you, I hate outlines and never use them. Now I'm tempted. Could mind mapping save me? How do you mind map a big project like a book?
Thanks for the question, Brandon. I talk about mind mapping a lot, and I appreciate the way you've given me the chance to explore one particularly useful way of using a mind map. Most mind maps are what I call inspirational. They're not intended to be outlines that capture everything you want to say, nor are they intended to identify the order in which you want to address points. Instead, their purpose is to inspire you to write. But a mind map for an entire book or a thesis is quite different. It needs to be much bigger than a conventional mind map, and it should take you longer to complete. A regular mind map can be contained on an 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17 piece of paper. Just remember to keep that piece of paper turned sideways, of course. A book or a thesis mind map, let's call it a planning mind map, needs to be much bigger. To prepare one of these, you need paper on a roll, either butcher's paper or unprinted on newsprint. You can often get this paper from a craft store or from a newspaper if there happens to be one remaining in your city. If worst comes to worst, you can also use paper supplied by a moving company, taped together. Whatever paper you use, spread it out on the largest flat surface you can find. I would suggest you use a bigger table than this one. This is a planning map based on my book, 8.5 Steps to Writing Faster, Better. Now let's talk about timing. A traditional mind map should take you no more than 3 to 5 minutes. But a planning mind map could conceivably take several hours or maybe even several days, with you going back and forth to it and taking several breaks throughout. The objective with a planning mind map is to identify all the chapters that are going to be part of your book, as well as all the major lines of argument you're going to use. Thus, a planning mind map is more factual than inspirational. In fact, a planning mind map is also organizational. Once you have it finished, you should then take a different colored pen and mark the chapters that you want to use. Once you've finished, you should then take a different colored pen and mark the entries that you want to represent chapter headings with a certain mark. I like to use an asterisk. Then type up a list of those chapter headers and put it in a Word document. Voila! Your planning mind map has done its job for you. Just one more thing. Don't imagine that your mind mapping for your book is complete. Even once I've done my planning mind map, I still do an inspirational mind map every day before I write. Finally, while we're on the subject of writing books, let me wrap up with a quote about book writing from Ts Eliot. If you start with a bang, you won't end with a whimper. Thanks for your question, Brandon. I hope your mind map helps you start your book with a bang.